Hey, what's up, guys? It's WiseGuyVito here, and today, having a tier list for you guys. This will be on Eagle airstrikes against the Terminative factions, and which one is really good, and which ones are not so much, or maybe they're not just a Eagle airstrike for the Terminative faction. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and let's get straight into the tier list. So before we start, let's kind of go over the tiers real quick. S tier is, in my opinion, the meta picks. This would be like if you want pure efficiency within your runs on level 10, these are the Eagle airstrikes you want to be running. A tier is above average. There might be like one glaring issue with it, but for the most part, it's a fairly decent Eagle strike to bring. Above average performance on level 10 difficulties. B tier is average. Doesn't feel good, doesn't feel bad either, but it's kind of just meh. Just kind of like the meh tier for the most part. C tier is, below average. Might want to see some buffs to this. There's not many Eagle airstrikes in the game right now, but I do think there are some that kind of fit within this category of they're kind of still underperforming a little bit. And then D tier is Dookie tier. This is the bad tier. This is not great. It's either not an Eagle strike that's really good against Terminids, in my opinion, or it's like this Eagle airstrike needs complete reworks to it. And that's it. So let's go over the Eagle airstrikes and where they fit on this tier list. So, napalm strike, of course, is going to be S tier, in my opinion. I feel like this is probably better than the Eagle cluster bombs, in my opinion, as far as handling for crowd control. You lay down a fire, it lasts there for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, whenever enemies come running through it, especially Tyranids, I believe the fire slows and then it applies like the dot damage, right? Very good to throw on a bug breach, very good against patrols. You have 3 uses of it, I believe, now, and the cooldown time between uses, whenever you use all your uses of the Eagle airstrike, they're not. It's really not that bad. And plus fire is just really good against the Terminids right now. So if you want something that's for like CC, more for like, maybe bile spewers and below, or commanders are below, against warriors, against hunters, against like the Wilbur, stuff like that, it's great. In my opinion, like this is definitely kind of like a meta pick, and if you want to use this for an all fire build, you can definitely use this. The 500 kg, I do think it's S tier. Really good at closing up medium-sized bug holes. Very, very good, because all it takes is just one. It's also very good at taking out bile titans. And it's also really good at taking out bile titan spawn holes or bug holes. And whenever you'll be playing at level 10, you're going to be definitely running into those often. There is one nest in the game currently that spawns them that's not part of the mega nest, and of course the mega nest spawns them. So it's really good, and it's also kind of a good CC control, just like insta killing, like whatever's in front of you for the most part. It does really good against impalers. As long as the charger is not charging at you, you can kind of gauge, throwing this out there and being able to hit a charger and killing it instantly. So, but in my opinion, this is more of like a Bile Titan Impaler type of killer, but it has utility in killing bug holes. So that's what I'm putting in S tier. The airstrikes, also think these are really good as well. I'm gonna put these in S. Basically, it has really good utility. It also does very, very well against CC as well, and it does really good against chargers and impalers. It kind of works well against Titans. You just kind of have to... Titans can move out of the way kind of easily for this. And if one of the airstrike bombs hit, it won't really kill it. Like you kind of have to place it in such a way to where maybe like, one for sure hits, and maybe like the splash damage of another that's really close, or 2 hits, right? But I like this one. It's a fantastic airstrike, so that's why I'm putting in S tier. It's definitely a meta pick in my mind. The Eagle cluster bombs, I do think these have kind of like fallen off just a little bit. I feel like the napalm and the airstrikes are better. The Eagle cluster bombs is just good for instantly killing like little patrols and like little bugs and stuff like that. I heard these things have AP4 as well. I wouldn't really use these against chargers, in my opinion, but I think it does really, really good against CC, in my opinion. Just just very, very good. And you have a lot of uses of them as well, so you can definitely take them on level 10, in my opinion. I think they're great. The area of effect is kind of wonky at times, in my opinion. I don't know really how to explain it, but sometimes whenever you throw it, it feels like it's more ahead of the stratagem. So like you'll still get the kill, but you will also probably be taking damage as well. It's kind of like how the orbital airburst works, where like you throw it down and then it kind of like the airburst hits, and then it kind of like you feel like the area is a lot, or you think that the area would be smaller, and it ends up becoming that the area is quite bigger. And I feel like that's on these two, but I don't feel like that's like a glaring issue. I just feel like, above just handling things in CC, it doesn't really do good from there. So that's why I'm putting it in A tier. So these are the rocket pods. I feel like these are very not great right now in Helldivers. Definitely would like to see them get buffed at some point in time. It's good as kind of like a finisher. So like, let's say if you miss a rocket on a Bile Titan's head, and if you hit their back, something like that, it will probably finish it off. No guarantees though, because there have been times where I have done that and thrown this out there, and then it doesn't do anything. And it doesn't one-shot chargers, and it doesn't one-shot impalers either. But what it does, it softens them up enough to where if you had something that could penetrate or to even kind of like finish off the chargers, so like if you aim for their backs, if you aim for the impaler's face, if you aim for the underside of a Bile Titan, then you could finish it off. But in my opinion, I think these things should be way stronger than where they currently are. Also, the hit registration, or like the actual consistency of the rocket pods landing, is very inconsistent at times. I know they buffed it to where it should hit more often, but I don't think it really hits great that often, in my opinion. So I kind of wish these would do more damage, in my opinion. At the very least, it should be one-shotting chargers. At the very least, because again, this is kind of like the railgun cannon for Eagle Airstrikes, and it doesn't even one-shot. So it just goes after like the biggest target in the room. Again, like the rail cannon, right? But where the rail cannon can one-shot like a Bile Titan or a Charger or an Impaler, this cannot. So it just feels like a really, really worse version of a railgun cannon, except the railgun cannon has a longer cooldown. This has 3 uses, right? So definitely would like to see a buff to these at some point, so that's why I'm putting it in C tier. It doesn't feel really that great to use right now against the Terminative faction. Smokes, I just don't see the uses in smokes right now in Helldivers. Stealth feels kind of bad right now, in my opinion. And I feel like this is more of a bot Eagle Airstrike than really a Terminated. There's probably some sneaky divers out there who can use these with proficiency, but in my opinion, it doesn't really feel that great to use. I believe this is like the Gatling Sentry, so the ones that you throw down, it goes like in a straight line. I actually think these are actually pretty good, in my opinion. It does really good against just like a patrol that's coming right at you, though. It does good at softening up targets as well, and I believe you get 5 uses of these. So you can use these in for CC, and also kind of for killing bigger targets like Chargers and Impalers and Bile Titans. So that's why I'm putting it in A tier. So this is my tier list. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Tell me where I'm right. Tell me where I'm wrong. I'm kind of interested in what you guys think is really good against Terminative faction with Eagle Airstrikes and which ones are not so great. Let me know down in the comment section. And by all means, criticize my tier list all the time. I like to see if I'm missing anything within these tier lists. I've been playing this game since day one. I think I have a pretty good grasp of the gameplay and like how things work, but maybe I'm missing something, and maybe I'm missing some secret tech. So as always, like, share, and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.